Boxing truth here. There's been something I've been wondering about for the past day, and I'm hoping that it gets finalized and it gets revealed this week. Who the hell and where Manny Pacquiao is fighting. We're almost 2 months to the day, to the reported date of Manny Pacquiao's next fight, which was reported to be on April 23rd. It seemed to be set in stone that Manny Pacquiao was going to be fighting Jeff Horn in Australia in Brisbane. Bob Arum was on record, stated to numerous media outlets that Pacquiao was going to be fighting Horn, was going to be in Australia, that they just had to finalize and make an announcement. And then Manny Pacquiao and his team says something totally different, which has been the norm for the past few fights featuring Manny Pacquiao. Just Manny Pacquiao and Bob Arum just not on the same page. They haven't been on the same page for a long time. When it comes to Manny Pacquiao's career, you really can't believe anything Bob Arum says because Manny Pacquiao ends up saying a completely different thing. And Manny Pacquiao caused a stir this month when he posted on where his next fight was going to be. And that's not going to be in Australia. It's going to be in the Middle East. And it's been a destination for quite some time of perhaps a big fight being hosted over there. For years, there's been reports of a big fight being in place in the Middle East, but many offers were presented to promoters, and not one promoter has accepted. Similar to the Macau situation, Bob Arum will always talk about it. He wanted to put Manny Pacquiao in Macau he talked about it for years. A bunch of reporters laughed at him, and then he finally made it happen. Manny Pacquiao ended up fighting twice in Macau. So now maybe we're finally going to see Manny Pacquiao take that fight to the Middle East. As Manny Pacquiao he's already stated that's where his next fight is going to be. And it seems like Horn is still a possibility, but perhaps no longer in the running for the Manny Pacquiao sweepstakes. So other opponents are being mentioned. With the fight being in the Middle East, of course, there's one name that makes sense. He's got the complexion, and that's Amir Khan. Perhaps he's the next opponent. There's already rumblings, rumors that a fight is done between them. There's already a date that's been thrown out there. However, the setting is different than what Manny Pacquiao is telling his followers. There's a report out there saying that Pacquiao Khan is done for May 20th in the UK. And it would make sense in the UK, that fight, since Manny Pacquiao is looking to make the most money possible and considering to fight overseas, as the market is pretty dry in the US, especially since a lot of people have lost interest in Manny Pacquiao's career since he didn't get the decision against Floyd Mayweather. And now he's looking to embark on this world tour, looking to make the most money possible. And perhaps Manny Pacquiao's team and his advisor weren't happy with the proposed financial package that Bob Arum presented to them when it comes to a bout against Jeff Horn in Australia. Michael Collins has been consistent with his statements. He's always looking for the best financial package for Manny at this stage of his career, which is why they signed on for the third Timothy Bradley fight. Michael Collins was on record stating it was the best financial package Bob Arum offered for Manny to take, which is why the third fight with Bradley happened and not the Terrence Crawford fight. The Crawford fight still has issues in terms of money, how many pay-per-view buys it could do in America. Just a very difficult fight to make because of the market. And now, perhaps another opponent is being considered, perhaps Amir Khan in the Middle East. as Manny Pacquiao and his team are about making the most money possible at this stage. And the Pacquiao Khan fight, it's lost intrigue. I still watch it, but it's lost a lot of intrigue, especially since Khan got knocked the fuck out. Khan's talking about tune-ups, but he's done that before. He's talked about tune-ups in the past and ended up pulling a rabbit out of his hat by announcing a fight with Canelo. So perhaps he's doing the same tactic, telling the media that he's going to take a tune-up and ends up taking a big fight. I can see that scenario happening with Pacquiao and Khan fighting finally, and Pacquiao is going to put to sleep. He's going to put Khan to sleep one more time, pretty much end his career. Everybody knows what's going to happen in a Pacquiao-Khan fight. Amir Khan can't do shit to Manny Pacquiao. It's really a business fight, money fight for Pacquiao. Make the most money, the easiest opponent. Much easier compared to Jeff Horn. Jeff Horn's, in my opinion, is a better fight. It's a more dangerous fight for Manny Pacquiao. Horn's a young, strong, confident, in his prime, and hungry young fighter who believes he can beat Manny Pacquiao. Amir Khan's coming off a knockout loss, delusional, thinks he's still an A-side superstar, making demands, telling his followers that the Brook fight will happen when he wants it to happen. Man, shut the fuck up, Khan. Make me laugh sometimes, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Delusional as fuck, man. But we already know what's gonna happen in the Manny Pacquiao fight. But if he ends up fighting Khan, whatever, I'll watch. Just to see Khan get knocked the fuck out. I really believe Pacquiao will finally put an end to his drought. His knockout drought. If he ends up fighting Khan. But of course, a lot of media are going against Manny Pacquiao, American media. They try to mix his outside politics with his boxing career. I don't give a shit about Manny Pacquiao, the politician. He believes what he wants to believe. He says what he wants to say. I don't care about his beliefs when it comes to the certain sensitive topics that he talks about. I only care about Manny Pacquiao in the boxing ring. What's he doing in the ring? And I would hope before Manny Pacquiao retires that he gets one more threatening fight before he calls it a day. And of course, people are not going to consider Horn that type of fight because they don't know who he is. But Horn's a dangerous fight. That'll be a fight that will have me on the edge of my seat because of Horn's abilities, and his right hand could really play a big part if they were to fight. But I would hope Manny Pacquiao would take a fight that the fans really want to see him in. And of course, people are going to say Terrence Crawford. He's not the most exciting fight for me. I wouldn't mind seeing it just to see Crawford get chinned, because I don't think Crawford can beat Manny Pacquiao, at least not right now. But I would like to see it for entertainment purposes, just to see the Crawford fanboys just to be proven wrong, and just to see Manny Pacquiao put them in their tears, like, just to prove the fans wrong once again, as Crawford perhaps will even be the favorite in that fight. I know Manny Pacquiao will be counted out like crazy, and a lot of American media are pushing for the Crawford fight as if that's the only fight out there for Manny Pacquiao, which is not. I wouldn't mind it because I would like to see Crawford get chinned, but it's not the most exciting fight for me, especially since Crawford he doesn't excite me really, not much. He is what he is. But the fight that would be threatening would be a Brook fight for Manny Pacquiao before he retires. And that's a fight that's been discussed, been talked about. Eddie Hearn did an interview today stating that, if Brook is back, if he gets past Spence, that they may just say fuck Amir Khan with his divaness and his bullshit behavior and trying to act like he's still a superstar. They may just gun for a bigger fight or a more significant fight. Maybe they'll gun for the Thurman Garcia winner, or maybe they'll gun for a big money fight like a Manny Pacquiao fight. That would really be the icing on the cake for Brook. It would get him to that even bigger level. If you say if he's to get past Errol Spence and ends up fighting Manny Pacquiao, that fight would do business on the other side of the pond. Won't really make sense in the U.S. since Brook is not really doesn't have a huge following in the U.S. The fight will make sense in the U.K., but that'll be the last great win for Manny Pacquiao. If he was to get past and face a guy like Kell Brook coming off a win over Errol Spence, it will be a threatening fight. It will be a fight that will be on the edge of your seat. And it'll be Manny Pacquiao's last hurrah. A chance to show the boxing fans how great he truly is. That's all I really want from Manny Pacquiao at this stage of his career. Just to prove to the fans how great he is. Again. He's already proved it countless times. But imagine if he was to fight a Kell Brook later this year, coming off big wins, significant victories, especially in the case of Kell Brook if he gets past his mandatory Errol Spence. But that's the fight I would like to see Pacquiao. That type of fight, dangerous fight, just to show the boxing world how good he really is and how difficult he is, even at this stage of his career, that how difficult it is to beat him. I like him to show that one more time before he calls it a day. And then he could fight. He could pass the torch just like what Oscar did for him. He passed the torch to Floyd and Manny. And Manny should do the same. But I really... I don't see Crawford being that guy. Perhaps Lomachenko would get the nod from Top Rank. I believe there's more of a push for Lomachenko to be the face of Top Rank now compared to Crawford. Crawford, he is what he is. I mean, he just doesn't really... He doesn't do it for me. I have my preference, my taste. He's a good fighter. Not a very exciting one. Not a very charismatic one. I'd rather see Lomachenko get that chance to be passed the torch by Manny Pacquiao. And hopefully we find out soon enough who the hell Manny Pacquiao is going to fight. Horn is still a possibility. Perhaps he's not in the running anymore. Maybe you'll see Pacquiao Khan. And maybe you'll see Pacquiao in a very dangerous fight later this year. Maybe against Crawford, maybe against Kell Brook. But y'all let me know what y'all think. Who would you like Manny Pacquiao to fight before he retires and calls it a day? This is Boxing Truth. I'm out.